There's 19-year-olds making $5,000 in a week. Can't become a billionaire without being scared to lose a couple million. You can't become a millionaire being scared to lose a couple $100,000. I don't like Ness as much. I'm thinking if I get a trade, it's more likely gonna be 30 because it's gonna need the littlest pullback. He almost got stopped out. He's still in the trade. He up 600. So, but we're back at TP1. To do when you're in the trade, you're scared if it's gonna hit TP, scared if it's not gonna hit TP, scared it's gonna hit stop loss. Do nothing. Whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen regardless. It doesn't take 30 hours a day to fucking trade. It takes maybe 30 minutes. With the black. Come on, you know, I like all black. Morning everybody and welcome back to another video. I'm Andre Diaz. I'm a 22-year-old day trader, content creator, entrepreneur, and today it is Tuesday. I don't know why I put it but Tuesday. It's the second day of the week, whatever. It's Tuesday. We're about to see if we can catch some trades. Yesterday there was a lot of volume. A lot of volume. I didn't take trades. A couple of people in the team caught some trades. I also have a student, before we get the day started, Isaac. You guys already know who Isaac is. I've had multiple interviews with him. I've had multiple calls with him, just everything. He also just got a $5,000 payout. So here you go. No cap in the wrap. He literally showed everything from withdrawing it, top step, to even his face. Can't make it up. No cap in the wrap. When I tell you guys, there's 19-year-olds making $5,000 in a week, it's possible. I'm 22. I'm doing it. He's doing it. And there's other people that are doing a whole lot more. It's possible. And I'm going to show you exactly how we do it on a daily basis. Maybe we take a L, maybe we take a W, maybe we catch nothing. 1 or 2 show up, so let's enjoy this day and let's take advantage of any opportunity we can. I want to see 30. Not this is Nas. 30 ran the high already. Oh, Nas didn't. Okay, I thought this was 30. 30 didn't. 30 ran the previous high. Nas still has the previous high to target. That's kind of iffy. I would have rather watched this on like 30 for 30 longs, but 30 already ran the high. So 30 fuck around, who knows? It might a little retracement off it, who knows? We gonna see. 2 minutes till 9:30. This was my NAS idea, but I don't like NAS as much. I'm thinking if I get a trade, it's more likely gonna be 30 because it's gonna need the littlest pullback. And I'm just gonna bet on the continuation. If I also, this will be it's not even gonna be up there. I was gonna say I'm gonna pull a fib from that previous low to the high. That shit's not gonna pull. Like this shit is so extended that it didn't have a pullback at all. I'm not even gonna pull that fib. Is 9:30 gonna give me my retracement to this low? If it gives me this retracement to this low, this will be my first trade of the day. Us in America, us in China, we gonna see. But yeah, 9:30 hit, let's see what we can do. Let's see, we about to get this entry. I'm waiting for it to hit my alert. Yeah, fuck that. All right, I just got my trade, first trade of the day. I got a 200-point stop loss. I'm risking a wow. Same risk, same everything. I'm getting in at the previous high and the 1 hour gap. Now I'm taking on 30, betting on a continuation. If it hold this previous high and have a false break, it is what it is. I want to bet on the long since the price action from yesterday. But I'm cool with taking that. I'm just following the trend. The trend is your friend, they say. I'll take drawdown, but you better not hit that stop loss. I got faith in you. If you want to start retracing now, trade be looking so good until it don't. Bro, damn near. I'm down 650 out of 1,000, so it's probably like 150, 160 or something. Wild work, might be the first L of the week. 30 about to stop me out. Hit the stop loss for me. There we go. Stop loss hit on. All right, so we're back 15 minutes later, and it's back at entry. Probably just gonna get my same trade, same everything. If it stops me out this second time, yeah, I'm done. You got it 30. NAS, I was watching for the short retracement. It never retraced, so it is what it is. But 30 looks like we're on this trade second time. Stop loss, Kino. Yeah, this is my last and only trade of the day. He said you got the wrong dude. That's tough. I think he's talking to you now, Rao. Regular Rao. Nope. Well, one of the Raos. I don't know, man. I don't think the other one's here. They ain't hurt your feeling, man. Your heart, you turned into a rabbit. But that's TP1. All right, we still in this trade. We got Kino still in it. He almost got stopped out. He's still in the trade. He up 600 in the longs on 30. I don't think anyone else on here is in longs besides me with him. I know Rao's in it. Yeah, I was talking about like a showdown. We got a couple people in longs also, but we're back at TP1. It's 10:30. Still waiting. We're gonna see. I'm gonna update y'all whenever this shit hit TP2 or break even, whichever one. All that waiting just for it to come back down to break even. It hit TP1, broke even, but it never gave us full TP. And look what it's gonna do. I don't know if I'm gonna trade tomorrow or not. I didn't trade yesterday either, but the conditions right now just aren't the best. I took my chances. I had my last trade, it was a W trade. It just didn't hit TP. Hit TP1. I don't take profit at TP1. I break even at TP1, so I was risk free, but I still took that first L, so I'm down one trade for the week. Nothing I can't make back, but it's just unfortunate. Being there and watching conditions, the conditions aren't ideal. They're not good right now. They're not the best. There's no point in me even trading my funded accounts or anything. I traded the challenge, which is the trade I did lose. But besides that, shitty conditions. Only so much I can do. Only thing I control is how much I'm risking and the trades that I'm taking. So with that being said, I'm about to hop on a call with one of my students, about to get to work, about to get him right. And yeah, no days off, and then I'm head to the gym. So let's just keep on doing what's gonna keep us in this position and keep us moving us forward. Yo.
How are you?
What's going on, Birdie? How you doing?
Everything good, everything good. Here looking, going to rain here. Going to.
Say it again?
So, no, here in my room, they're going to rain today.
Now, yeah, 50 points today, definitely. 50 points was nothing. I had 200. I had a 200 point stop loss because of how big how wide the ranges are.
Yes, that was crazy. So when they cooked me, but this was a.
Where was the entry? Where was the gap that you got in off of?
Oh, here.
And at what time frame is that on? Higher time frame?
No, this one is hour.
That's the hour time frame?
Yes.
Copy. 95. So you moved the stop loss on the first trade or moved past the stop loss?
No, I didn't move. The thing is, I was waiting, but they jumped like they should.
Trade locker, it may just look a little bit different, but it looks the same. It just says it'll be like SL, you can click it. It'll be TP, you can click it, and then when you click it, you can put in like what you want in there. Because you always want to have a stop loss. If you don't have a stop loss, you're going to be put in situations where you're going to be risking way too much.
Yes, sir. And they cooked me. But the other day, I tried to put the stop loss on trade locker.
Yeah, you could do that, but even then, keep in mind, sometimes like there's something called slippage. If there's enough volume, and you're trading at a specific time, like say, for example, maybe a CPI or say like a high impact news, these news events are gonna have so much volume that the price may open at a totally different price. So say you're in a trade, right? Say you're right here, you're in longs, your stop loss is right here, right? Price is moving up and down, but say it's about to say it's about to be CPI. So it's like 829, you're in the trade at 829, your stop loss is down here. At 830, price usually is going like it moves, right? But when it opens with so much volume, sometimes it can open down here. So it doesn't even, like none of this even exists. It just straight opens all the way down there. So it's like now it's just like you got slipped essentially, which is what happens when there's a lot of volume, which is likely what's probably causing that when you trade, because right now it's a whole lot of volume, a whole lot of just movement that's gonna cause a lot of these moves. Like right now, US 30 dropped 800 points in the last 2 hours, and it's pushed over 2,000, almost 3,000 points in the last day. Best thing to do when you're in the trade, you're scared if it's gonna hit TP, scared if it's not gonna hit TP, scared it's gonna hit stop loss. Just do nothing. Whatever's gonna happen regardless. Ain't nothing I could do. I mean, whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen regardless. Me, whatever I feel, once I get in or out the trade or start moving stuff, now it's only my fault. But if whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen regardless, and I'm just gonna be okay with that. So I just gotta let it do what it's gonna do. Just patience. Not gonna lie to y'all, just got done off the phone with a couple of things. I have real life shit to be doing too. I just had to renew my fucking car insurance because my car insurance ran out. The policy was over yesterday and I didn't realize it. And I checked my emails and it was like, oh, you got no more car insurance. And I'm like, that's just illegal. That's just illegal. So I had to go do that shit. But yeah, moral of the story, get shit done. We're all human. We all got responsibilities. We all got money that got to be spent. I got bills just like anybody else. Guess what? I spent a whole lot of money in the last couple of weeks. Think about it. I paid my team at the end of the month. I paid rent at the end of the month. I paid for 2 new watches at the end of the month. I paid my tributes to the market with these losses towards the end of the month. More money, more problems. That's what happens. If you want to make money, you got to spend money. That's the whole world. You can't make a whole lot of money. You can't become a billionaire without being scared to lose a couple million. You can't become a millionaire being scared to lose a couple 100,000. You can't become a six-figure earner without being scared to lose 5 figures. It's just how it is. You can't get to 5 figures without trying to lose 4 figures. It's just how the game goes. With that being said, I'm about to change out my attire. Let me know how y'all think about I look fresh. I look fresh with the watch. Got the ring and shit. Got the black shirt. I'm wearing sweatpants, so it doesn't really match that much. It was mainly just for like the upper body to like make me look spiffy. How y'all feel about it? Is this something I should be wearing more often? Should I get a whole bunch of shirts like this? Just get like all black with some nice little dress black pants? Let me know. I think I look pretty fly. Scarface. Last person in the gym right now. I'm about to be about here in a little bit, but just about to finish up this leg workout, killing my body. For the people that want to know the workout routine, full body every day. Arms, back, legs, shoulders, all the above, forearms, tricep, bicep. Hit everything possible, chest, hit everything fucking possible. But with that being said though, no days off. We stay working. We stay moving. Even on the days where the market conditions aren't the best, we still working. But yeah, I'm gonna finish this workout, and then I'm gonna go downstairs and guess what? I'm gonna get my daily naked drink. No Diddy, that sounds a little crazy. We're back in the crib from the gym. Well, just went upstairs. But I also forgot that I had ordered a new brush. I wanna make sure I keep my hair nice and order. And I had a whole bunch of brushes, but as you guys know, after a while when you have brushes, them shits begin all messed up and everything. So I ordered some new ones from Amazon. So I'm about to show you right before I get into my naked drink. Got myself a nice little Torino brush. None crazy, medium. If you know, you know. But it's a nice little brush. You know what I'm saying? Nothing crazy, just for my head and all that. But yeah, now like I said, I'm about to get to this. I'm about to start editing some content, and yeah, to get on with the rest of my day. And then my girlfriend should be here soon. She took my car to work, so yeah. I haven't been feeling like driving the last couple of days. She could take the car. I ain't too pressed about it. So, to editing we go. All right, I'm just out here getting everything edited and everything, just kind of getting ahead of time. I love sitting on the balcony. That's one of the main things I love about my crib, just being able to sit out here, especially buying this chair. Buying this chair was a great investment. Not gonna lie, because I have like actual utilities to be able to sit out here. When I used to sit on this little chair out here on my computer, that shit was ass, but now this is like the perfect everything. But overall, I'm chilling right now. Like I said, just getting some content edited, brushing my hair with my brush, making sure I get my waves in order. About staying busy, staying proactive, staying as busy as possible. One of the main reasons that I didn't have discipline back when I first started like living on my own, when I first moved out to Florida, when I was making my only money from trading, no content, no job, no side hustles, no nothing, only had money from trading. I was the most depressed because I only focused on trading. I had no other skills. I had no other assets. I had no other things that required my time and attention. And it just sucked because when you would take an L, your day will be ruined. When you would have an L week, your whole week will be ruined. You have nothing else to focus on. When you have other things to focus on, such as getting content. Like I actually tried to record a call, like I had a whole little call segment of this vlog that like with one of my students, Isaac, the same person I was talking about in the beginning of the video. I wanted to have like me talking to him about his payout and everything. The camera ended up dying, so I didn't get that footage, unfortunately, but it is what it is. We'll save that for another time. He's gonna get another 5,000 payout very, very soon. I can promise you guys that. But overall, like I was saying, it's just about staying as busy as possible because guess what? It doesn't take that much time a day to trade. It doesn't take 30 hours a day to fucking trade. It takes maybe 30 minutes, sometimes maybe an hour, maybe even sometimes the most 2-3 hours. What are you gonna do the rest of your day? Because I promise you, if you're not having the discipline to stay disciplined outside your trading, if you're not having the discipline to go to the gym, if you're not having the discipline to work on another business, if you're not having the discipline to build yourself outside of trading, you're not gonna be a successful trader. I don't care how much you love the markets. I don't care how good of a trader you are. It's not gonna happen. How you do one thing is how you do everything. And that's one thing I will get fucking tatted on my neck. Maybe not my neck, but how you do one thing, how you do everything, I'm gonna get that tatted somewhere on my body. I'm gonna get all these different quotes on my body. I'm gonna be like a fucking, what's that shit called? I don't know. I forget what it's called, but yeah, I'm gonna have the thing with all the symbols on my body. The hieroglyphics. Remember, you know, in Egypt, the pyramid, the hieroglyphics. You know what I'm talking about. Everything back on. I put different pants on. So earlier I had the sweatpants on with this shirt. Right now I have this shirt on with like nicer pants. Not even nicer pants. Honestly, just a different type of sweatpants. But these look like cleaner pants. Got the black Jordan 3s. Rolly. With the black. Come on, you know, like all black. But we're about to go get some food. About to go to steakhouse. First meal of the day. Looking forward to it. Got a lot of the content edited, got a lot of reels and everything created so that I can get them scheduled and everything throughout the day. One tip for all the people trying to create content, if you want to get your day free, start scheduling your content throughout the day. It's way easier when you have your posts scheduled, so you don't got to do nothing, just spend the work getting them edited, spend the work getting them done, so that later on you get to schedule them and you're good. You can go out, eat your food, you don't got to really worry about much. So that's what I'm about to do, so I'll probably see you guys when we get to the car. It's the spot once you get out the camera. Hey, that's fine. I mean, if you want to be honest with it, but we just got to the spot. About to go inside. Hungry as shit. Hopefully it don't take long. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not trying to be in there forever. I'm just hungry. I get to cook my food, so it shouldn't be too bad. I'll show you guys and everything. I'll try to record what I can. Usually it's dark as shit in there, so it'd be like that. All right, we had food, great food, I ain't gonna lie. And I forgot, I don't know which vlog, I think it was the vlog from 2 days ago, the one we did on Sunday. I didn't end up adding the clip and everything, so I had the whole recording that I did with the team with exactly how I traded, the breakdown of the week, my expectations going into this week. So I'm gonna give you guys some of the free games. So I'm gonna end the vlog off for the people that ended up staying about, looks like 16 minutes into the video. You're gonna get the next 10 minutes, 8 minutes of just free game. So take advantage of it. This is exactly what I teach people and exactly what I charge for. So just get a notepad, do whatever you got to do, and take advantage of the free information. If you want to work with me one-on-one so you can get access to the video you're about to watch more often, first link in the description, you can work with me one-on-one. Second link is going to be the free trading training. Y'all stay safe, have a great night, stay productive. I'll see you tomorrow's daily video. We mainly just want to go over price action from last week, and then I'm kind of going to give my thoughts on everything moving forward. But honestly, it's really going to be Monday, Tuesday. Honestly, most of these days didn't have the best trades. It was trending. Now, if you were in trades on some of these days, yeah, if you would have held it, it would have been smooth. But in my opinion, based off of how I trade, there wasn't too many setups. But we're going to go over the ones that I did miss. We're going to go over the ones that I coulda, shoulda, woulda taken. Feel me? We're going to start off with Monday, go through everything leading into this monstrosity of bearishness. But first things first, you guys know the drill. We're going to do the previous highs and lows for the previous day. If we're going to be marking up Monday, we're going to have the previous highs and lows from Sunday. Boom. Boom. I'm going to get rid of this. That just shows you the week that we're going. So, first things first, the first thing that I'm noticing is we see at 9 o'clock, ain't that a shocker, at 9 in the morning, we had a false break. So let's annotate that. 9 o'clock, we had a false break of the previous day's low. That's the first thing that I noticed. All I did was mark up the previous day's highs and lows. I honestly didn't even mark up the Asian session yet. But before I even had to, I saw that that was there. And this Asian session low is also this low right here with the previous day's low. I'll just make this darker color. But we ran the Asian session low along with the previous day's low at 9 o'clock in the morning. If we look at where we are price-wise, ain't that a shocker? It looks like we're at big figure level, 41,500. Now, hindsight, this isn't a bad trade idea, right? The only thing about this trade is that you would have been buying in an extremely bearish ass market, right? Like this is quite literally the only nice buy move that you probably could have got. And now hindsight, this move in itself is nice. It happened, like all the setups are there. It just would have been a counter trend. But if you would have been willing to take the risk, this would have been a great trade. For one, like I said, we had a false break at 9:30 in the morning of the previous day's low and the Asian session low. Along with that, we had 41,500 big figure level. Now, if price was overall bullish, like say, for example, the day before this wasn't bearish and something like this was going on, say it was bullish, and then we got this type of move, this would have been even better because we would have been following the trend. But we weren't really following the trend, so this is kind of like a counter trend trade. But it's still a trade that you could have been able to catch. So like I said, where would I have gotten in? If I would have tried to get the safest entry getting in at that previous day's low, let's see. The ranges were wide, so I'm probably going to be using 100-point stop losses for a lot of these. If we would have had 100-point stop loss on this, that would have been tough. I ain't gonna lie, but that goes to show the market conditions this week. If we would have tried to get a 1 to 2, this might have stopped you out. Now, if you would have had a little bit of a better entry, you might have not got stopped out. Like if you would have had anything a little bit lower, if you would have got in at the big figure level. But this is just all back testing. This is all hypothetical, right? So if you would have had a 100-point stop getting in with the safest possible entry being that previous day's low, you probably would have got stopped out. Now, if you would have let it drop, and then when it retraced, you got in at the previous day's low, you probably would have been spared. But like I said, this is all hypothetical. But the main thing that we got to pay attention to is the price action in itself. What is happening and what is leading to this move having bullishness? At 9:30 in the morning, we ran the previous day's low and traded into 41,500. That's all you need to know. Because guess what? We weren't even following, this wouldn't have even been following the trend. So all we really needed in terms to take this trade price action wise was the false break at 9:30 in the morning, hitting 41,500. And then having his move going into the New York Open. And they just started to retrace. This trade could have possibly been a 1 to 8. Now, I'm not going to pretend like we would have caught it because, like I said, this looks like you probably would have got stopped out. And that's with a 100-point stop loss. So it's kind of hit or miss. But that's would have been, honestly, the ideal trade for this day because this ended up just trending higher and higher. There really wasn't no other retracement because if you look right here, the gap that got left behind from having that 9:30 push higher, it never retraced back into it. So 10 o'clock just kind of retraced a little bit before going higher. But unless you just would have been buying to buy, in terms of how we trade, looking for a false break or if your value got filled, we probably would have got stopped out. And if we didn't get stopped out, it would have been a great trade. So either or, it's a good setup. But like I said, the main thing you got to pay attention to is the price action right here because this is what's going to actually be able to be replicated. Like we want to be able to find something that's going to be able to be replicatable, something that's going to happen tomorrow, something that's going to happen next week. If you have a system that only happens like once a month, what's it going to do for you if you're a day trader? You want something that's going to constantly happen. And you guys can see from me just showing you the charts. I'm not creating none of these charts. I'm just coming here and showing you, like kind of guiding your eyes what to pay attention to. But that's going to be Monday. Simple day, but we're going to move on to Tuesday. So Tuesday, we're going to do the same thing. Mark up the previous high and low. We can see that previous high, it tickled it. It got close, but it just tickled it. It didn't run it. Now, that's another good example of what this week was like. Doing a lot of dumb shit. Excuse me, like this. Let me see. So, overall, this was a choppy day. Because if we look at where the market opened right here. And where to close, right here. So, essentially, on the daily time frame, this is all just a doji. Like, if this candle, if I were to go to the daily candle, it'll probably look something like this. Because it opened right here. It went up a little bit. Went down a little bit and then closed right there. Now, if I were to take you to the daily time frame to kind of look at the day, so what day is this? This is here. Where is this damn ad? Okay, here with another ad. So this would be the first. So if I go to the daily time frame and look at the first, look at that. It's a doji. Right here. Let's say right here. It's a doji. Yeah, I can kind of tell just from the daily time frame. That's why I like having these period separators to show the day, because I can easily see from where it opened versus where it closed what type of candle it is. But it's an overall choppy day is what I was just trying to say. It's a very rangy day. It's the doji candle on the daily time frame, meaning it didn't really move that much. But there's still a little bit of price action here that could have been used. Now, let's just say we were looking for a trade following the trend of the previous day, which was Monday. Monday was bearish. So let me do something first. I'm going to pull a fib from that previous day's low to the previous day's high. Let's see if the 50%. Okay, rejected the 50%. Let me pull the regular fib, and it came right into the regular fib also. Also, we're coming into the regular fib. If we also look at where that is, look to the right. That also so happens to be 41,800 big figure level. So coincidentally, I'm gonna make this. Nah, green you can't really see. I'll make it. Nope, that you can't really tell either. Yellow. I'll make it yellow real quick. Yellow is 41,800, and I'll label that 41,800. But already, I don't even know what time this happened. Let me guess, 9 o'clock. 10 o'clock in the morning. All right, close enough. That's still around the same time. So at 10 in the morning, I see that we traded into 41,800 along with the fib.
Now, I don't even see anything when it comes to a fair value gap or a false break yet, but I'm going to just take it a step further. If I look left, is there any gaps? I see that there's a 1 hour gap right here. Right here. So just off rip, this is a nice little trade idea. Why? Because this is also following the trend. What was the trend of the previous day? The previous day was bullish. Monday was bullish. So looking at it like this, if you would have been looking to continue the trend for Monday, all you would have had to do, pull a fib from the previous day's low to the previous day's high. We never ran the previous day's high. And at this time of the retracement, we weren't even all the way up here yet. We started to push going towards this previous day's high after we retraced into here. So what is the idea behind this? Basically, we had a push, price retraced, and it kept pushing higher. Now, this area that it retraced right in here, that's where the price action that we wanted to take advantage of, which is what? At 10 in the morning, we traded into 41,800 big figure level. It also traded into the fib and the 1 hour fair value gap. You could have been looking at any one of these ideas. It still would have been within this small range right here. It still would have been within this small 80-point range of just price action. So genuinely, I played the wrong one. Let's see what the ideal trade would have been. If we would have got the safest possible entry, which would honestly be at the fair value gap. The fair value gap was the highest entry with a 100-point stop loss. This would have been a great trade because no matter what, the safest possible entry was this gap. The second safest possible entry would have been like the fib along with 41,800 because they're like right on top of each other confirmation wise. But you would have been spared. Like this is a 100-point stop loss. Like I said, I'm gonna use 100-point stop loss because this week's ranges were obviously way bigger. If I would have had a 50-point stop loss, this wouldn't have been shit. It just wouldn't have worked. But I could tell from the range being wider, from you could see the type of price action we're having, that the ranges were wider. But if you would have had a 100-point stop loss looking for 1 to 2, would have been a banger trade. If you would have been looking for price to run the London session high, right over here, that could have been a 1 to 5. If you would have been looking for the previous high, that's a 1 to 6. But the main thing is not guessing where it's going to go. It's trying to anticipate why it's going to have its move, which is all the way down here. We retraced. Why were we looking for bullishness? Because the previous day was bullish. Even the days before this were bearish. But I don't really pay attention too much on what's happening all the way over here. I'm paying attention to where we are right now because as a day trader, I want to know where we are going right now. Because look, guess what happened? We went up. We had this whole bullish move, but we ended up didn't even fully go fucking words. We didn't even fully go bullish. Like I'm fucking thinking too fast, but we didn't even fully go bullish until the next day where we eventually just fucking dropped. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of times we're trying to really like, figure out the overall trend, what the market's doing. You don't really need to know what's going on. Overall, just you need to know what's going on right now. Where are we going to go in the next hour? Where are we going to go in the next 30 minutes? That's really all you need for these trades. This trade right here, if you would have got in at 10 o'clock, it ran all the way to that previous high damn near by 11. So anything before that, you could have got the Asian, not the Asian session. Well, yeah, you could have got, it already got ran though. But I would say London, you could have got the London high by 11 a.m. You could have had a 1 to 3 by that same hour candle. You don't really need to know what's going on for the next 5-6 hours. Now, is that cool? Is that good if you're a swing trader? Yes, but if when it comes to day trading, you don't need to know what's going on that long term. And that's what most people don't understand. People try to overcomplicate it. Don't overcomplicate it. Just keep it simple because a lot of the times it's a lot simpler than you would think. Trust. But that's going to be Tuesday. We're going to go on to Wednesday now. Tuesday was choppy, but there's still price action here that you could have used. Hindsight, looking at it after it happened, it was choppy. But that's still a trade that looking at it now, that's not bad. It had a lot of confirmations and it would have been spared with the safest entry. Now, Wednesday, this is when a whole lot of the fuckery started happening. This is when everything went downhill.